If you're my age or older, you're probably going to remember an extremely traumatic and turbulent period of your young life. Now, some of you may be wondering, is that the big C word? The big, the big sick? No. Was it 9/11? Kind of. It was the massive movie franchise that was Twilight. If you were a boy and liked Twilight, or even just watched it, just a frame of it, it was like a cardinal sin. It was like the worst thing you could do on the playground. If you liked it, if you watched it, you were weird and gay. And so I never watched Twilight. It was just the girl movie that you picked on girls for liking and things like that. But now that I am weird and gay, I decided that I'd finally watch it. So last night I was like, So last night I was trying to figure out what to do because I bought a bottle of rum and I felt like a pirate. And also like this one of the little tiny bottles of tequila and stuff. So I was sufficiently a little tipsy because it was I think a weekday night and unemployment. Ooh, oh no, I said the E word. I I was like a little woozy, and I'm laying in bed, and it's like 9, and I'm thinking like I think I'll just watch Netflix because there's something about alcohol that makes me focus. You know, like in the intoxication, I'm too disoriented to jump from thing to thing. My brain slows down, so it's easier to focus on one task. So I thought this was going to be an optimal movie experience that did not have any Subway Surfers or Instagram Reels in it. So I'm surfing around Netflix to see what there is to see. And I wanted something chill. Like, I didn't want to put something on, like, too intense because it might scare me. I might be a little bit, put off. Don't want to ruin the vibe. And eventually I see dun da 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 Twilight. And I'm thinking, I actually haven't watched that before. Maybe I should? So I put it on. And it was a jarring experience to say the least. I felt like there was a like 12-year-old me inside that was screaming like so I put it on, and in the first few minutes of it, I felt like there was like the 12-year-old version of me was somewhere deep in my the recesses of my brain, and it was he was looking at me the way Cooper does in Interstellar when he's in the wormhole, and he's like, "Don't let me leave, Merv. No, no, no." Like watching him leave. Yeah, I ruined his vibe, I guess. That's it. You have to watch the romance movie about vampires. Oh no. And so I began watching the movie, and I had some thoughts on it that I wrote while drunk, and I'd like to read out some of them. So, class. Okay. So we have Twilight notes. First thing I wrote was the lab scene is so funny. Why is she so stinky? So first of all, the movie I one of the things I find very jarring about it is like the color grading. Like it's so blue, and I love it for that. Like it's so nice. I don't really understand why Bella herself looks like a vampire. Like why is she paler than the vampires? It's a little bit weird. Um Especially when neither of her parents are that pale. So, I don't know. There's something there. But I don't know. I was just like laughing my ass off during that lab scene when she's walking over and Edward's like, like he looks like genuinely like he looks like he's gonna throw up. And like I don't know why. Like again, I haven't seen the movie. So legitimately I just like I know he's a vampire, but I thought he had like heightened senses and he's just like, damn, this bitch is really stinky. And then like he can't take it. It's like dog whistle, you know, for a dog. The next thing I wrote was oh, Bella is not like the other girls. Yeah, that should be pretty apparent. Basically, like in the beginning, almost everything she says is just I'm not like other girls ism. Like, oh, you're in, you know, oh, you're from Arizona. Why are you so pale? I'm like, I don't know. No one else there is pale. Everybody else is tan. I guess I'm just different. You know, like it's so like, oh, girl, shut up. Similar thing is like, so the guy Eric, the Asian guy with the glasses and like the necktie, he just like swarms her and then immediately is like friends with all of her his friends and like it's weird because I'm like I wrote people in Washington are not this social. I don't maybe Forks is built different, but like people in Washington are just not that social. Like I know I'm there. Um I love this next one. It just says in all caps, which all caps, and I wrote this like it's my handwriting, but I wrote all caps. Is that Monk? And I had to look it up during the movie. I'm referring to the science teacher who looks very similar to Monk from the TV show Monk. He's not the same guy. I was really sad. I thought I wanted it to be. But anyway, that's why I wrote that. Oh yeah, there was just a thing that like kept like taking me out of the movie, which was that Edward's red lips and hair with the pale skin look weird. Like I really could not get over the fact that Edward was ginger. Like it made me feel really weird and kind of uncomfortable like looking at him. Also like he is so pale and he has those really red lips in some scenes and it just looks odd. Like I can't put any other way. Like it just looks odd, and it makes me like it shouldn't be that way. Like if your skin is that pale, your lips should not be that red. It makes them look like diseased. Like or not, like not even in a like not even diseased. It makes them look like this is a weird comparison, but like the shapeshifter from Gravity Falls. Like I think of that thing like in its natural form. It makes him look like that, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's kind of freaking me out. I didn't like that at all. It kind of just I don't know. From what I looked from the covers of the other movies, it doesn't seem to be as much there. So maybe they fixed that up because it was kind of bothering me. Oh, this was the other thing. Yeah, Bella is never with her friend. Maybe the books get into this more, but I do find it kind of odd how Bella just like completely ignores her friends. Like it's shown that she has this friend group, but she just like doesn't ever do anything with them. She's always like, I'm not the other girl like the other girls. I'm so alone. She just like ditches them all the time. Like it shows her leaving school multiple times and they're all hanging out together and she just walks past them to get into her truck and drive home. Which is honestly me. That's what I did in high school too. So I can't really knock her for that. Oh yeah, when Edward says I can read everybody's mind but yours, and I just wrote nothing in her dumb dumb girl brain. I don't know. I don't really even have anything to elaborate on that. Like I think it speaks for itself. And then I think I wrote this one during the scene when they're in the woods and he's like Edward's just telling her that he's a vampire, and I just wrote girls when they see a guy with a credit score of 50 and 5 felonies. Again, I think that one speaks for itself. And the last note I had was about how I didn't think whoever wrote this was actually from Washington based off how social they made everybody until the scene when Bella's dad pulls up with all the cans of Rainier beer, and I was like, oh, never mind. Like they're from Washington. Motherfuckers go feral here for some Rainier beers. I went to their hood and everybody knew them, so I guess I guess the other was from Washington. So I feel like I've gained some cultural keystones watching this movie. Oh yeah, and there was one last note I put. I made like a mental note of it rather than writing it down, but it was just I thought there were werewolves in this movie, and I am the layperson when it comes to Twilight. I was not aware that the Jacob storyline was not present in the first movie. Because the whole Edward versus Jacob thing was so integral to like the story of Twilight, I assumed it would have been established in the first movie, but no, no werewolves to speak of, which I thought was very interesting. So, also, I was kind of relieved watching the movie to find out that the black vampire was pretty chill. Like when that trio ran up and you had the dude with the dreadlocks, and I was like, oh, he seems like pretty cool. Um, or maybe it may not have been dreadlocks, it may have been braids. But I was like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. Like, damn, the only black vampire is gonna be a bad guy. What the fuck? And then no, he's actually just really chill. And he just like he just has a scene dedicated to him going like, hey, I'm not like this is not my issue. Like this is between you guys and the the weird other people I hang out with. So that was pretty cool. But overall, I feel like it was a good thing I watched the movie. I did enjoy it, by the way. Like I don't know if it sounds like I'm dogging on it, but I did like it. And I do plan on watching the other movies because I do want to know what happens in a way. Though I don't know. I don't think it does. It doesn't really end on a satisfying note. It just ends with Edward and Bella go to prom together. Sorry for the yawn. It's like 1 a.m. Anyway, also, like, I might be like sweating right now. I tried to get into like an outfit. I was like, this seems like thematic to like Forks, Washington. But it's the summertime. It's hot in here. And I'm wearing not only a sweater, but cargo pants that are lined with flannel. If I look extra red, there's a reason. Extra shiny. That's not the skincare. That's the sweat. Overall, I don't know what else there is really to say about the movie so far. Besides, I will be watching the other ones, and I'll get a little bit, see what there is to see with that little review ski. Yeah. Anyway, the baseball scene was really cool. Liked that a lot. Overall, that's really all I have to say about it. So until like tomorrow, peace out, sailors.